The Starside Prophecy by Tirri. Read by the author. Chapter 45. Duck Ponds. Alusha was sitting in the observatory opposite Melchizedek, sharing a breakfast of guava and grapes. The godson poured Alusha some more tea and topped off his own. They were going over an alphabetical list of the souls who had prayed for what was known at communications as general assistance. "Help me, damn it," was the most frequent prayer. Melchizedek stopped at the S's, as Alusha had anticipated. Everyone who had put in the call had already received a tailor-made dose of energy, just enough to offer them a startling example of what it feels like to perceive the world in a superior way. Alusha smiled. Sarah seldom asked for assistance. She preferred to question God's character with demands like, "How could you?" or "Are you serious?" "Tell me, Alusha," inquired Melchizedek, "how many put in the call last night precisely?" 29,432. 30% might actually benefit from the impartation. The rest are too anti-force dominant and might not be able to tolerate the grace. Melchizedek nodded and then brought into his awareness the 70% Alusha was referring to. Prayer was not a one-way street, but sometimes those praying were not cognizant of that. But ask and thou shalt receive was law, and law could not be broken. "How's Sarah doing?" asked Alusha, who then gently blew on her tea. Every day there was a new design on the tea service. Today there was a piece of yellow starfruit on each cup and a mass of them on the teapot. "Well," said Melchizedek, "yesterday she was wondering whether she was mentally ill." "You listened to her thoughts?" "No, of course not. She blurted the question out. I overheard." "Well, it's a great question. More souls should ask it," said Alusha, sipping her tea. "Indeed." Alusha remembered the time long ago when she had first asked. Calling in the godson's energy was as simple as blinking, but like millions of other souls sharing her then level of immaturity, she too had no idea of the implications of doing so. Slain in the spirit was a common term Christians use to describe those who fall on the floor while experiencing religious ecstasy, a happening that for many had a confusing aftermath. Almost always those witnessing their own divinity were unable to satisfactorily describe the occurrence. Some felt like they had been born again, on the spot, with a fresh new outlook on life that was now a lot more expansive than it was previously. Some described it as an awakening. Others as Kundalini energy rising. Some felt anointed by the hand of God himself, and others thought they were Jesus or some long-awaited Messiah returning to save the world. The more introspective often shut themselves away, leaving their family members wondering whether they had lost their minds, which in a way they had, and others turned to deep contemplation. These souls spent weeks after their experience sitting in parks or around duck ponds, in a state of rapture, wondering in their solitude what the hell had happened to them. "I was scheduled to enter Sarah's dream last night, but not so much as a single theta wave was available." Alusha dabbed her mouth with a napkin. "What were you hoping to accomplish?" asked Melchizedek. "Standard inspiration and encouragement, no big deal." "Well, go tonight then." "I have commitments elsewhere." "Put someone else on them." "That's not possible," said Alusha. "I have gifts that others don't, you know that." Alusha stood up and tucked her chair under the table. "Well, have fun. I'm off to visit Heap." "Is Yanni going with you?" "No, why?" "I just wondered. Would you like some company?" "No, thank you. Heap prefers my undivided attention." "So do I." "Don't you have work to do?" asked Alusha as she made her way towards the elevator. "Alusha, I created an entire planetary system in less time than it takes for you to snap your fingers. By general standards, my work is done the moment it begins. Then you should not spend a moment worrying the process of evolution to its natural conclusion." "I'm not worried." "Perhaps obsessed then." Alusha blew Melchizedek a kiss. "Catch you later."